This is the first question. It's an ironic because me and Adam had the biggest argument this morning. Is porn star martini a cocktail? I feel like that's very lavish. I do find Instagram quite hard because it's perfect, isn't it? And yeah, there I was in the group interview and there he was. I fancied him because that's a bit cringe. Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Chrissy and I'm a mum of two, and today I'm going to bring you a Q&A. So I asked over on my Instagram for some questions and you responded. So I think I've got about 20 questions. I'm on a bit of a time limit because I don't want them to disappear off Instagram like last time and I haven't saved them. Apologise for my hair, can't find the hairdryer. Mum life, isn't it? The only disclaimer that I will say is I do ramble. So if you don't enjoy these type of videos then feel free to skip on through. I'm not the girl for you and I don't take it personally. So, I've been wanting to do one of these for a while now. I've had a brief look at the questions, but not massively. So I'm literally just going to wing it. So let's see what I got. Need to find it on my story. So, let's just get into it. How did you meet your other half? Been with mine 16 years this year, not always been great. So this is the first question. It's an ironic because me and Adam had the biggest argument this morning. I would say the biggest. We argue quite a bit. It's normal. I just don't think people talk about it often enough. And if you don't argue, then there's something not right there because he's either a secret psychopath or you're in a really good place and you just get on 100% of the time. And if you do, woo! Because we don't. But yeah, 16 years, wow, that's a long time. I've been with my partner now for 9 years. We met because he interviewed me for a job that I didn't even want. I was a student at the time and all my friends were applying for a part-time vacancy, so I thought I'd give it a go. And yeah, there I was in the group interview and there he was. Quite a lot of my school friends, I wouldn't say fancied him because that's a bit cringe, but said that he was good looking and I was like, no. He's a show off, he's this, and he's really not a show off. So it's funny, isn't it, first impressions. It's not always been great. Yeah, it's not great, but you've got to work through it. So me and him, we often sit down once a month or so and we'll talk through our problems because at the end of the day, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, then it's give and take, isn't it? And it's constant compromise, it's constant communication, and you just got to talk about what's not working. This morning I woke up, a little like a bomb's gone off at the house. My daughter's wet the bed, she's 6, I don't know why. Had to deal with that, and it's just life got too much. And I just tend to explode sometimes and don't always communicate the best. But yeah, it's not easy. Long-term relationships aren't easy, hence why a lot of people are getting divorced. A lot of people don't stay together anymore, do they? But we love each other. You've got to work through it. Yeah, if you know me personally or follow me over on Instagram, then you'll know, like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I'm also not afraid to speak about how I feel. Okay, next question. What's your favourite part about being a mummy? Okay, this one's quite hard to pinpoint it to one, but hands down it has to be watching them open their presents on Christmas morning, because to me, that's why you're a mum, isn't it? So Santa can come and you can put all the presents under the tree and watch their little hearts explode when they open them. But yeah, that's probably my ultimate favourite. And when I pick them up from school and they come running out and they're like, Mummy! Even though you might have yelled, shouted, screamed and cried all in that morning of trying to get up and out and to school on time, their little hearts and their little hands and fingers reaching out to you when you pick them up is priceless, isn't it? It makes you forget about all of the rubbish that you've been through earlier on. Okay, next question. Do you think you'll have any more children? This is a hard one. If you used to ask Adam, who's downstairs right now, because this is Saturday that I'm filming this, he'd be like, no, no, no. And 9 out of 10 times, I'll say no too. I'm quite happy with the 2 girls I've got. And it's hard, isn't it? And Lola slept through from 12 weeks old. She was that baby, you know, when you're at the mum group and you're like, yeah, my child sleeps through the night. And now I understand why people wanted to literally stab me every time I said that. Because Lily didn't sleep through. She still doesn't sleep through. She still doesn't go to bed. It's awful, isn't it? So I don't think I could go through the whole sleepless nights again. But on the other token, if I accidentally fell pregnant and it wasn't planned, I would see it as a blessing and I'd be ecstatic. But I've always said 2 children or 4, and I don't know if I could do 4. I don't feel like my house is built for 4. But yeah, we'll see. Ask me tomorrow, it might change again. But as it stands at the moment, I'm quite happy. Quite happy with the 2 girls that I've got. porn star martini cocktail. I feel like that's very lavish, but yeah, love a porn star martini. But also, do you know what my favourite cocktails are? Obviously many moons ago, because we haven't been out anywhere, have we? But you know Revs, no not Revs, Wetherspoons, they do the big pictures. There's one called Purple Rain and it's amazing. If you know, you know. Comment down below if you've had it. I think they did another one as well. It was like a fruity one, I can't remember. And it was literally 2 for £10, I think. 2 massive pictures back when I was a student. So nice. I'm quite a cheap person when it comes to cocktails. I don't like it to be too strong. I like a cocktail to feel like I'm drinking pop and not really tasting the alcohol. But what's your favourite cocktail? Comment down below. Okay, next question. Do the girls take after you in their personalities or their dad? Me. Sorry, but yeah, Lola is me. Like, the sass that comes out of that girl, sometimes I don't even batter an eyelid because she's just me. And yeah, they're both quite fiery. They look exactly like their dad. Like, you wouldn't even think they were mine if we was going through the supermarket. And teachers have even said to me, wow, don't they look like their dad? Because I don't really see their dad on a daily basis because I do the school drop-offs and pickups. But yeah, they look exactly like their dad, but their attitude is just like me, especially Lola. I feel like we're going to have issues when she's hitting the preteen years. Next question. What do you love most about each of your girls? Okay, with Lily, I love how funny she is. She's just hilarious without even meaning to be. Like the other week was in the garden and was eating dinner in the garden because it was a really, really hot day. And Adam had said something to her and she went, pardon me. And Adam had said something to her and she went, all right, smarty pants. And yeah, that is quite rude, but we just was howling. Like, I can't even tell you the things she does. She's so funny. But Lola, I love her imagination. I love how creative she is. She's going to be an author or something. She's exactly like me at her age, always writing her stories. And I love how she sets herself goals and she achieves them. Like, for example, she's been doing swimming lessons since she was 3. And she went up to stage 1 when she started in reception. And then she broke her arm. Then we had the pandemic. So she literally had to start again. And she was in stage 1 for so long. And then when she got to stage 2, she tried so hard and I could see it watching her. And I love her determination. So yeah, now she's in stage 2. She's really, really pleased with that. And I love how hard they both work. Next question. Tips working from home with kids, starting a new job, working from home, and the anxiety is real. I don't think you should be coming to me for tips. But yeah, I've been working from home now since just before the pandemic. So I think March 2020, but right at the beginning. I was one of the first to trial it. And if you've asked me during a pandemic how working from home with children is, I would say it's not. I completely had a breakdown. I was super mum for about 8 to 12 weeks and then it just crashed and I really struggled with that. I might even do a separate video on that. But working from home on a regular, if you don't know my working arrangements, I work from 7 in the morning till 1 o'clock. I changed my hours, so I have a couple of hours before I have to pick the girls up from school so I can get things done. And equally, if I've still got work to do, I will run into that time. So yeah, have the girls with me in the morning. And the best tips that I could give you, I don't know what your working arrangements are, but if you're going to have a couple of hours, is if it's just in the morning, then make breakfast something self-sufficient that they can access. So I have a cereal dispenser, I have the milkman brings our milks, they're in little pots so they're easy for the girls to pour, they know exactly where everything is. And I also lay their uniforms out for them the night before and they can both independently get dressed. And they kind of have a schedule. I've also got a schedule laminated on the fridge. I'll insert a clip and that gives them all their key jobs for the morning. I've had to kind of enable them to be quite self-sufficient so I can get on with my work. Obviously I'll assist them where I can. It's hard, you need to have patience. But if it's an all-day thing, that's completely different. I would tend to sit in the office with her, I'll bring the colours up, I'll bring the Play-Doh, and I'll just try and keep her occupied. So if your children likes to be creative, and also if they've got an iPad, that comes in really helpful. TV, but try and mix it up. Don't just leave them to their own devices for too long because they'll just get fed up. But it all depends on an age really. Lola, she's 6. I don't really think I'd have a problem working from home with her. And if she was my only child in the morning, at 6, they're quite self-sufficient. If she was ready for school, she'd be happy to just sit and watch TV or go on her iPad or do a bit of colouring and so forth. But if you've got a toddler or a smaller child, then I highly recommend, it's just about getting a little bit more organised. That's going to really help you. And don't expect the children to get it from day one. This has took us months, but they kind of understand it now. But I'm really lucky that my employers are really supportive, so that helps. And like I said, if I've had a really carnage morning where something's gone horribly wrong, I can catch up a little bit later on in the day. That's the joy of working from home, isn't it, really? So yeah. Oh, and if you're interested in that, I'm going to be doing a morning routine. It'll probably go live either the end of next week or the beginning of the week after, to show my working morning routine with 2 children. So stay tuned for that. Hit the notification bell and then you'll be notified every time I post. Next one, biggest pet peeve. Okay, my biggest pet peeve, I feel like I'm bullying Adam now, is when Adam sneezes. I'll try and catch it on camera one day just to show you, because literally it makes my heart jump out of my skin. It's like, ah, and like the whole of him comes forward. That's a pet peeve. What else? Oh, and what else? Oh, I don't know if this is pet peeve or just something that annoys me. When people leave the toilet roll on the toilet roll holder and don't replace it, even though there's a toilet roll there. The only one that replaces them in this house. That winds me up. What else? I've got loads, I just can't think. Have you found it easy being so open and honest on your account? It's so refreshing to see. Oh, thank you, that means a lot. If I'm being honest, yes, I found it easy because I'm one of those people that I'm real. I've never really pretended to be something I'm not. But it is hard to pick the camera up when you're having a bad day. It's hard to show the reality of mum life, because when your child's having a tantrum in the middle aisle of a supermarket or at home, you're not going to just pick your camera up and film them, are you? It's not natural. Whereas if you're at your child's school play or they're colouring nicely together, you're going to pick your camera up, aren't you, and film it. But I do find Instagram quite hard because it's perfect, isn't it? There's so many perfect mums out there, and hats off to you. Hats off to the perfect square images of clean houses, clean sinks, beautifully dressed children, the perfect haircuts. But it's just not me, and I've never really tried, but I have tried to be perfect. We all do, in a sense, don't we? Because we're all striving to be the best mums that we can, but it's not sustainable. So, for example, you might open one door and find a really nice, clean and tidy room, but then you'll open another and it's like a bomb's gone off. So on my Instagram, I just try to be real, just try to show the highs and the lows and signpost how I'm feeling, because my aim there is for another mum to see that, who's feeling the same, and know that it's okay and that it's normal. It's normal to lose our SHIT. It's normal to feel like we're not good enough, and it's normal to not be perfect. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Next one. Best and worst thing to come from COVID and the lockdown. Ooh. Best thing is that now I can do my job from home, because that's brilliant, especially if my children aren't very well or during the school holidays, I can be at home with them. So it's a lot better on childcare. The worst thing is that working from home during a pandemic, during a lockdown, I felt like this Chrissy literally melted away. It sounds really weird, and I don't know if any of you can relate. Please comment if you do, because no one's actually come forward to me to say that they feel the same. So I'll be intrigued to know if anyone does. But I used to go in the office for a number of things. One was to earn a little bit of extra money, obviously. 2 was to have a really nice hot Starbucks coffee from the machine, from the coffee shop upstairs. And 3, it was to socialise, to be Chrissy, to wear nice clothes, to just have a little bit of time out from being a mum, because stay-at-home mums, I don't know how you do it. It's the hardest job in the whole entire world. And if you do stay at home and you don't work, hats off to you, because work gave me a break in the nicest way possible. But yeah, no, going on to that, whereas during the pandemic, obviously I didn't have to wear office wear anymore. I didn't really have to go anywhere. I was working from home. At certain points didn't even do the school run, did I? Because the schools weren't open. So I literally felt like I'd melted away. I didn't even know who I was anymore. So yeah, I found that quite difficult, and never really wore proper clothes. Just wore loungewear for the whole last year. Still do. So yeah, I found that hard, and that's why really that I created this YouTube channel, was because I wanted to find me again. I want to be Chrissy. I don't want to just be mum, as lovely as that is. Oh, why did you decide to start a YouTube channel? That's a good question. Well, touching on the point that I've just made, the reason why I started a YouTube channel is just for a little hobby, just so I can be Chrissy. I can watch it back and cringe, or I can watch it back and be like, wow, she hasn't got any grey hairs there, and now I've got a whole head of grey hair. It's just nice to look back on, isn't it? And it's nice to make memories with children, and I just enjoy being creative. And when I'm editing these videos slash vlogs, I love it. It just gives me something to focus on other than working and being a mum and staying at home. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I created a YouTube channel. And also, as it's called in the title, Real Mums Club, it's a real passion of mine to show reality of motherhood and reality of being a parent, because I don't think it's portrayed as much as it should be. It's just hard, isn't it? So it's nice to see both aspects, which I share every single day almost on my Instagram. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, please do. I'll pop my handle below. I find it a lot easier to pick up my phone and show elements of that on a daily basis with Instagram. Haven't really found it there with YouTube at the moment because I'm only posting 2 videos a week. But yeah, I do try and show the true reality, the good, the bad and the ugly on both channels. Next question. Have you got a date set for your wedding? Well, I can just share it with you now, can't I? We did book our wedding. We was going to do a little wedding, hush hush, with a big party on the 20th of January this year. It was all booked, and we was kind of going to elope, kind of surprise people. We weren't sure. We were going to either have a small ceremony with close friends and family and a big party, or we was just not going to tell anybody and just up and do it. So I've got really itchy nose. Oh, that plug in, need to turn it off. But yeah, but it's been and gone now, hasn't it? And you can't get married at the moment. So yeah, I would like to marry Adam, just purely for the fact that we've all got the same surname. It would be really nice. I don't think it'll change much in our relationship, as we've been together 9 years now. So yeah, there's that. Okay, next one. How do you try and stay calm with the kids when you're tired? Open to tips on this one if you have any. I don't stay calm with the kids, so I can't give you tips. I do lose my mind. I try and do the whole, if you carry on, that'll be your last chance. This is a warning. And yeah, sometimes that works. Sometimes I put them on the step to have a little bit of time out. Other times I shout and scream. That doesn't really work. Other times I take things away. But ultimately we're all losing our minds, aren't we? My children are pretty good. They know when I say no, it means no. And I do try and fulfill that. So if I say, right, if you carry on, then I'm going to take that away. And if they do carry on, I will take it away. Years ago, Lola went through a really awful stage, just poor attitude. Just about 3.5 at the time, was at the pub with family, just for a little drink. She kept kicking off, so I took her home. And it was annoying because I so wanted to stay, was having such a good time. My nan had just moved back from Cyprus. It was really like lovely to see some of the family, but I took her home. And when we got home, she was like, I want to go back now. And we didn't go back. So yeah, it meant I had to miss out, but she's never misbehaved in a pub again. Not that we've really been to many pubs recently, but you get my drift. Whereas if you follow through on something, they will remember. So that's the only tip I could probably give. Don't just do empty promises or empty threats, because children are clever and they know if you don't follow through with it, they know that, and they'll just carry on doing it. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? For the rest of my life, what do I eat a lot of? Cheese. Because cheese goes on everything, doesn't it? Cheese on toast, cheese on crumpets, cheese on garlic bread, cheese on chips, cheese sandwich. So yeah, if I could only eat one main thing for the rest of my life, it'd have to be cheese. Okay, next one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? So in 5 years' time, it's a hard one, isn't it? I'd like to say move house. It's not on the top goal, but there's a few things in this house that annoy us, that bug us. So we might be in a new house in 5 years. I haven't really got any goals. That's terrible, isn't it? Have some more subscribers on YouTube. I'd like to continue with this channel and hope that it will grow and make more friends on Instagram, because I've made some lovely friends and some lovely people on both platforms, to be honest. So yeah, that's it really for my goals. I'm not really thought about that, so thanks for that question. When your girls argue, fight, how do you deal with it? I think I've already kind of answered that. How do you and Adam make time for each other? Okay, this is a good one, and this is something that we spoke about a few weeks ago. So we try and have a date night, obviously when we can get a babysitter or when we can actually do it, we do, but there's nowhere to go at the moment. I think the last date night we had, we drove around in the car looking for pubs to go and have something to eat, but obviously they were all fully booked because you have to book a table now. So we ended up having a drive and a chip shop. That's as wild as it got. Also, we try and, what was I going to say? Watch a series or something together. But yeah, no, we try and watch series. We watch Keeping Faith together. This Is Us, an ITV drama we watched recently. It was so good. So yeah, we try and do that once a week, and at the weekends we try and have a bit of family time. So we were hoping to go for a walk this weekend with the dog and the girls to like a country park or something, but it's not stopped raining, so we'll see. But it is hard, isn't it, to get a bit of time? I think especially when you've got children, highly recommend getting them to bed at a reasonable time. But if you have a toddler like me who's just not great with going to bed, we take it in turns to sit at the end of her bed most nights till she falls asleep. But that's really, really important as a couple. That's the only tip or advice that I'd give you. If you've got children, try and like get them to bed at a reasonable time and have a good evening routine so you've got that time for each other. And equally, another tip that we're going to trial out is we're both going to book a day off work while the girls are at school. I'm not saying every month, but every now and again, so we can have a date day. Because we did that in October last year for his 30th birthday. I think we just went to Bicester Village and just like potted around, and it was really nice, just the two of us. What is something you're most proud of? Okay, I don't want it to come across braggy because everyone's situation is different, but one of the things that I'm most proud of is buying a house at 21, because I earned every penny myself and I worked really, really hard to do it. Me and Adam both did. So yeah, that's one of my biggest achievements, and we were on quite low incomes at the time as well. So yeah, it just goes to show if you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. And obviously my children. I think every mum would say that they're most proud of their children, because we are. Okay, I'll answer one more question. What's your favourite dinner? Okay, my favourite dinner has got to be fajitas, toasted, smoky barbecue with halloumi cheese and rice or wedges, or roasted vegetables. I'm just a fajita girl, like fajita has my heart. Fajita has my heart? Fajitas have my heart. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna finish it up. I don't want this video to be too long. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning, but I haven't even dried my hair because I can't find the hairdryer. So I need to go and find that and get on with my day. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Bye.